right? It made headlines. I don't know if you heard about it in America because it didn't happen in America. It happened in South Korea. So in South Korea, I found it interesting. You're going to find it interesting too, and I got to bring it to your attention and let the people decide. Let the people decide. In South Korea, there was this teacher who supposedly beat up a student for something. He was on his headphones making noise or whatever. But whatever the case may be, this teacher in South Korea beat up this student. Then he ran outside in the hallway and masturbated. Now, I tried to get a clip for you. All the clips I had were blurry. I couldn't download one. So I downloaded, I'm going to show you the clip of the teacher. They don't actually got him masturbating, but they got some type of cell phone footage of them. But I'm going to show you the clip, but it's placed within another news story. Then I'm going to give you my commentary about it. So go watch it.
A 55-year-old teacher in South Korea has been arrested for indecent exposure and assault. This teacher, who is referred to as Mr. A, saw one of his male students wearing headphones in class. He became angry and allegedly assaulted him. After he did so, he walked out of the classroom into a hall and began to masturbate. Now, when I read this story, in front of other students, by the way, when I first read this story, I'm like, there's no way it happened, except there's video. It's all blurred out. So
I was about to say, you're not going to show me that happening, are you?
No. You're not going to see it. You're going to see him with his pants down, but it's very blurry, so you're not going to determine.
All right, let's have fun.
Let's watch.
Yeah. You're right. That's definitely blurry.
But you can see his pants down.
Yeah, the guy in the boxer shorts in the background. So, look, these stories are so crazy, but like sometimes I get in a little downer mood about it. Like, he's got to be crazy. He has to have a mental illness, right?
No, he doesn't. Reports indicate that he's not suffering from a mental illness.
Those reports might want to check themselves.
Yeah.
Okay. First of all, beating the kid is nuts.
Yeah.
Right? But you might say, hey, maybe that's a cultural thing. It's an old school thing, and the culture's not exactly the same as in the U.S. But then you go and start masturbating in front of the school. All right. Okay. I mean, what's the other answer of the mental illness? He just lost it? He just beat it?
Yeah.
What?
The only thing that I take away from these stories involving teachers doing crazy things in schools is maybe I shouldn't have kids.
Oh.
I don't want to deal with that.
Right.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Okay.
It's a crazy world out there.
Yeah. This guy was Korean?
Korean, yes. I feel like Steve-O should answer to it.
That's another possible explanation here. Steve, is that a cultural thing to masturbate in public like that after you've beaten someone else?
Oh, you watched it. So apparently this teacher in South Korea beat up a student, then ran in the hallway and masturbated. And once again, I'm sorry. I would have liked to just get the clip by itself so I can talk about it directly, but now you get a bonus footage. You get me talking about it and these other news people talking about it, the professionals. But anyway, why would you do that? That's crazy, right? Why would you beat up a student and masturbate? Like, what's going on? Like, teachers and students are just going crazy. Like, I don't get it, man. I just don't get it. But at least it happened in Korea because we know it couldn't be in America. You know what I'm saying? At least when no black person do it, or would they? Damn, I got another clip of another teacher who was masturbating at school, except it was a black guy, and that hurts me a lot more because in South Korea, we can say it was a cultural thing or something. Yeah, now, hey, notice the way the classrooms are set up in South Korea when the girl peeped her head out the window. We didn't have classes like that. I didn't even know you could peep your head. Only windows we had in the classroom were when we peeped our head outside the window in the classroom, it was outside. We didn't have classroom setups with windows like that. So that's interesting that South Korea is built like that with their classrooms. And I heard somebody in the background screaming, but that's strange though. But anyway, like I was saying, I got another clip of this guy. At least a black man. He didn't beat up a student, but he was a substitute teacher who was under his desk masturbating. I'm gonna show you the clip and then I'm gonna come back with the rest of my commentary. Go.
Right now, this substitute teacher accused of inappropriately touching himself while students were in the room. The teacher arrested in an Aurora school. 7 News reporter Russell Haythorne breaking this story on the denverchannel.com today, finding at least 2 students and a teaching assistant saw what happened.
57-year-old Jonathan Ogunbenel was arrested for indecent exposure in a classroom where 2 students and a teacher's aide were present.
All 3 said when they looked over, they saw the teacher with his right hand on the desk, acting like he was writing, and his left hand was in his genital area under the table.
It happened yesterday afternoon here at Aurora West Prep Academy. Parents outside the school today say it's appalling.
I am disgusted. I can't even believe it.
These are the 2 boys who were in the classroom at the time of the incident. We are not showing their faces because one is a 6th grader and one is a 7th grader. They say it was obvious what the substitute was doing, but they didn't say anything until they left the classroom when the bell rang. Other students tell us they recognize the substitute as a regular.
That's not something you should do in school, especially when you're a teacher.
This certainly is something I've never heard of, never thought I'd be standing here talking about. Who knows what was going through his mind?
Russell Haythorne, 7 News.
And police say that Ogunbenel was not viewing pornography in the classroom. If he's convicted, he will be required to register as a sex offender.
Like I said, man, people are crazy, man. Against the fact you can't do nothing with. You can't leave your kids safe, even in the school system. You need your kids to go to school, like the lady in the news clip said. Ain't nobody got time for that. You might as well not even have kids. If you have kids, fair warning, somebody may masturbate in front of them. But you never know. People got mental illness. You never know what turns somebody on. Weird things turn somebody on. For example, I've been masturbating this whole time, and oh, I just came on myself, and I'm done now. So you never know what turns somebody on. Don't judge me. Like only God can judge them. Only God can judge me. Making these videos turn me on, and I just got done masturbating. So you know, play the imagination. All right, don't judge me. I gotta go do it again.